Bye.
And find something you're passionate about besides Ziggy.
Okay, here we go. So what I was saying is, sorry. Well, at least it was just the very beginning. Well, you can hear me now, right? What I was just saying is that this letter was just released about the letter that Brian Laundrie's mom wrote to him. The burn after reading letter. Okay, cool. You can hear me now. That's why it's just like, But I haven't read it yet. I just saw it was released, so I wanted to read it with you guys. Figure I'd just come on here. I haven't read it at all. So that my reaction will be genuine. Because it will be first time seeing Zigzag. It's good to be back, guys. So I didn't know, we always just talk about whatever over here, and I didn't know what to go live about, and then they released this letter. So we'll probably end up talking about something else, but we'll just see here. Thank you, Jerry. Hey, Sheba. Yeah, it just got released. Because the judge already made an order that he denied the order of protection. Hey, Renegade. Thank you, Nurse Sandy. Yeah, this is the Recline with Ziggy. Some of you guys don't even know what that reference is to, but just kidding. I'm nothing like that chick. But people would make fun of me because I sit on my lazy boy chair. And so does this YouTuber that goes by Natasha, who a lot of people don't like, and I can understand why. I don't even know if she's on YouTube anymore. I don't know. Let's start to read the article here, and then hopefully more people get in here. But if not, I know people are into the Idaho case now and other things, but I wanted to read this, so we probably won't talk about this very long unless depending what's in this letter. So we'll see here. So this burn after reading letter, Brian Laundrie's mother offered shovel garbage bags to dispose of body if needed. What the hell? There's some freaking... Hold on, I need to look at my cameras. Hold on. I don't know. It's probably just some kids messing around, but there's like people it was these bright green lights. Somebody was like, I have my blinds closed, but somebody was like shining bright green lights into my window, and it's probably a neighbor kid, but it was just... I don't see it now, but oh yeah, I see these kids. Okay, I see. Yeah, there's kids across the street playing with this light. Anyways, okay, back to the letter. Yeah, they're shining it right at me from across the street. But they can't see me. I mean, I'm sure they could see that the light's on, but... Really, Georgia? I know. I'm glad that you turned over to the... Turn towards the light, Georgia. Okay, let's continue here. Venice, Florida. Brian Laundrie's mother offered her a shovel and garbage bags if needed to dispose of a body, according to the letter obtained by Gabby Petito's family after a judge's ruling Wednesday in Florida. The infamous burn after reading letter, which had been a vocal point of the civil lawsuit filed by Petito's family against the Laundries and their attorney, Stephen Bertolino, whatever, was released to FLA, now JB Bueno, by the Petito family Wednesday morning or evening. The release comes after Judge Daniel Brewer denied a motion of protection against the letter's inclusion in the discovery process as the two families head to civil trial next year. Here's a transcript of the letter. Oh, geez. Here we go. Are we ready to hear it? Maybe I need to open my chat on my phone. Okay. Here we go. So this is from Brian Laundrie's mom to Brian Laundrie. It states, I just want you to remember I will always love you, and I know you will always love me. You are my boy. Nothing can make me stop loving you. Nothing will or could ever divide us, no matter what we do or where we go or what we say. We will always love each other. If you're in jail, I will bake a cake with a file in it. If you're in jail, I will bake a cake with a file in it. If you need to dispose of a body, I will show up with a shovel and garbage bags. If you fly to the moon, I will be watching the skies for your re-entry. If you fly to the moon, I'll be watching the skies for your re-entry. If you say you hate my guts, I'll get new guts. This does seem a little bit creepy. Sorry, side note, that's not in the letter, but at the same time, okay, I need to get through this whole letter before I start commenting. But it sounds like you're talking to... It's weird to even say to a lover know. Why do I feel like this is more of a romantic type thing? Let's keep going. Remember that love is a verb, not a noun. It's not a thing. It's just, it's not words. It is actions. Watch people's actions to know if they love you, not their words. Therefore, I am certain that neither death nor life, nor angels, nor the ruling spirits, nor things present, nor things to come, nor powers from above, nor powers from below, nothing in the entire create world can separate our love. Neither hostile powers, nor messengers of heaven, nor monarchs of earth, nothing has the power to separate us. Romans 8:39. Nothing can separate us, not hatred, not hunger, not homelessness, not threats, not even sin, not the thinkable or unthinkable can get between us. Not time, not miles and miles and miles. I mean, I don't know. How can they prove, though, that this, I mean, it's what kind of a creepy letter. Just, I mean, I talk babyish to my daughter. I could say, but it's weird to me, I guess, with him being a man. And I don't know his age. I mean, I'll always probably talk babyish to my daughter, but not. I try to see all angles in situations. Is this supposedly after she knew that he killed her? Because how can we say if you needed how can we, I don't think this means anything about her knowing. I'm sorry, I know a lot of people don't like the laundries or whatever, and I totally understand, but how do we know that she, if you need to dispose of a body, I will show up with a shovel and garbage bags. How do we know that? People say that kind of stuff. I mean, that's kind of creepy and weird, but did she know? What exactly did she know at this time, though? Yeah, that's the whole letter. Okay, let's continue. The letter was encased in an envelope titled Brian Christopher Laundrie, burn after reading. It was discovered by the FBI in Laundrie's backpack near his remains at Florida's Carlton Reserve in 2021, and taken as federal evidence before returned to the Laundries last year. Okay. The letter makes no mention of Gabby Petito. It also does not include a date or a reference to when it might have been written. See, that's the thing. I don't think that letter is going to do anything. Do you guys? I mean, I get, though, that I don't think that implicates them in anything. I really do not. I know I'm probably going to be like the only person saying that. Okay. The letter makes no mention of Gabby Petito. It also does not include a date or reference to when it might have been written. In an affidavit written to the court, Roberta claimed the letter was written before Brian and Gabby's cross-country road trip that began in July of 2021. Although I do not know the exact date I wrote the letter, I do know that I wrote it and gave it to Brian before Brian and Gabby left Florida for New York, which was on June 2nd, 2021, said Roberta. Roberta said in an affidavit, she and Brian shared a love for books such as The Runaway Bunny and Little Bear. She claims one such book, Burn After Writing, was often the subject of a joke between her and Brian. Brian and Gabby, and is the reason she wrote Burn After Reading on the envelope that came the letter to her son. Okay, I 100% believe her. Sorry, I just do, actually. They made it seem so much different than this to me. I mean, yeah, it's a little creepy to talk like that to your son. I get it. I mean, but if we're talking about her, like whether she knew of a murder or something, and also the burn after, I'm kind of disappointed because I was always thought this letter had more was more damning evidence. Like I thought it was much more. I believe her that this was a reference to to some type of book, the burn after reading thing. I 100% believe it. I'm sorry. I don't know. That's just me. I don't know. I didn't even know. I think that they didn't really act very appropriately after Gabby went missing. I don't think the letter implicates her at all in anything. But you know what? Her being quiet though, the parents being so quiet and not talking to anybody that's what made people suspicions grow even greater. And now it's just like I'm kind of like let down because I thought the letter would be like yeah, but it's kind of like that thing. If this was, haven't you heard of somebody say, but not to your son? I don't know. Haven't you heard people say, oh, I'd like to their friends, I would, in a, like, I would give you a shovel if you needed to, or help you bury a dead body. You never heard somebody joke, but like that. Not like, now that would be some kind of sick joke, or that would be very suspicious if this was after Gabby's death and she knew about Gabby's passing at this time. That would be very, very like, I think this is just one of those coincidences that I just think it's a coincidence that he had this letter that he got from, I 100% believe that it was a letter given from Roberta to Brian before he left on this journey. And he kept it with him. Maybe his mom and him were really close. Looks like it seemed pretty close in those letters. She seems I can see she's probably a little bit overbearing. She seems like one of those. But, and I think she sent that. I do believe that. I think that sounds. I don't think Jenna is saying that because that's not true. But I don't want to talk about that poo channel and stuff like that stuff. I'm so over talking about it. It's like a broken record. Seriously, I'm not. I wasn't working with Jenna on anything as far as giving information and stuff like that. We talked a couple times in the last 2 months, but I was pretty separated from YouTube. Like I did not have like some like constant communication with Jenna. Nor was I involved with anything like on YouTube at all. But as far as who owns that channel, I already know. I know 100% who made the channel. I have it in text, but I don't even care. I don't even know what that channel is because I never even watched it. I just know she used to talk to me about it when she first made it. And I have it all in text. Let's see. Roberta admits that her letter does contain references that some would think are about her son and Petito. However, she claims there is no connection between her words and what happened to the couple. While I use words that seem to have a connection with Brian's actions and his taking of Gabby's life, I would never have fathomed the events that unfolded months later between Brian and Gabby. I never would have fathomed the events that unfolded months later between Brian and Gabby would reflect the words in my letter, Roberta explained. The words in the letter could have been a comment on that tragic situation as they were written so many months before. She said they could have never been a comment on that tragic situation as they were written so many months before. My words to Brian were meant to convey my love and support for my son through a lighthearted and quirky reminder that my love for him was not diminished and could not be shaken by the miles of separation we soon would be faced with. Attorney Pat Riley at Wednesday's court hearing in Sarasota County Circuit Court argued it should be a jury to decide the letter's relevance. Brewer sided with the plaintiffs, and a copy of the letter was given to Riley after the hearing ended. Petito's family filed a lawsuit last year accusing the Laundries of intentional infliction of emotional distress. The jury trial is slated for May 2024. Is that something we're going to be able to see live? I definitely don't think that letter. I don't know as far as besides that. I know there's like a lot of rumors about her them knowing things and stuff, but that letter I don't think that was made up into more than it really was. What a big reveal. But why? I don't know. I mean, does it really matter? Seriously, I don't want anything to do with that part of the tube, you know? I mean, it does matter. I see what you're saying. It matters, but I guess I don't know exactly what's going on, but I'm just wondering why you would care so much in that stuff. You know what I mean? No offense, like at all. I just don't understand why people are so interested in that stuff. You know? I mean, no, I just don't. I get it, like being interested in the drama for a little bit, but this is like some stuff that is so old, you know? It bores me actually to even talk about it. I'm just like, oh my God. But you see, you got to see it too. Like, it's me. I'm the one that's living through this. And it's just crazy, the stuff that people come up with. Hey, Sammy. Yeah, that might be best so we could talk like more personally, Nikita. You know, because I don't really like. I got that out yesterday. Usually when I get something off my chest, that's the thing, that the reason why I don't do good in drama. Like, yeah, it might be, I'm good with it if it sometimes, yeah, I've had some dramatic lives, but that's like on impulse. Like I don't stay mad or upset about things for long. So that's the problem. And I can't fake how I'm feeling. So that's, I have to be passionate about something and I don't get how people stay mad about things on YouTube for like long expanded long amounts of time. I don't see how people, because I can't comprehend that in my mind, because that's not how I process things. Like I'm just over stuff so quickly, and so yeah. Oh yeah, I did give that recorded call. Yes, I did. Yes, I absolutely gave that recorded call. Yeah. Let's see here. So what do you guys think though, real quick, about this? I know that everybody's probably going to agree with me, but I think that or disagree with me, but I think the only reason why they're going to disagree is because everybody's so against, of course, because they're the parents of the killer, and emotions are high, and that gets kind of, it's, the extra the parents have to do, they're getting, parents of murderers, they also get a lot of shit from people. Like, oh, well, what kind of parent must they have been if their kid's a murderer? You know what I mean? Yeah, because it was just released, Rue, like within the last 30 minutes. But it's not as exciting as what I expect.
Join me and my panel of moms as we celebrate but never sugarcoat parenting. It's your place for the scoop on parenting in Tampa Bay and beyond.
Maggie and the Moms, Mondays, 10 a.m. on daytime. Brought to you by Tampa General Hospital. Other hospitals practice.
Here with you in the WFLA Now Stream Center. JB here with you, folks. And we've lost our signal, and I believe it is because it might be battery related. The hearings have gone on much longer than anticipated, but the big breaking news that just got decided in Sarasota County Circuit Court, Judge Danielle Brewer ruling against the motion of protection for Roberta Laundrie's burn after reading letter. You heard the arguments for the motion, against the motion. You also heard conversation regarding a confidentiality agreement. Matthew Luca in a bit of comedy there, saying that the confidentiality agreement doesn't really mean much after Pat Riley mentioned some of the things that are in this letter, allegedly in court on record. So the Petito and Schmidt family, they could be granted the letter as early as tonight. And so exactly how this now takes shape.
Okay, well,
story, but they appear in a series of sort of fanciful descriptions of how much somebody would.
He did reserve ruling, and it has to be stated for the record, that there is still a chance that the lawsuit in and of itself is dismissed based on the arguments made by Matthew Luca and Charles Meltz today in Sarasota County Circuit Court. So back here with the live folks. And
let's see here. He was just live, though, going over this. I mean,
whether or not it's believed to reference,
like I said, me and Jenna did talk a couple times.
To Gabby
it wasn't like we were talking. We talked literally like
a few more comments.
Like on the
phone. We're gonna go up until
one time,
11 o'clock,
I think,
Eastern time.
One time, because I hardly talk on
1 hour live stream tonight. And we've been streaming all day.
I mean, how much information could I have really given her? And then
I
had like probably
Burger King,
one or maybe
in the
2 other little conversations with her.
Burger King,
a chat.
It was this was
I did
a
help
lot was
her
still
with
happening.
some stuff,
Needed to go out, grab a quick bite to eat.
Like
First place that I could run to get something to eat, and I was literally accepting the bag from the Burger King attendant when these pictures came in, and then it was quick turnaround and back to WFLA to be here with all of you tonight. Cheryl says, "Where do I find that letter?" I'm so glad that you asked. It's on. Oh, see, the touchscreen only works when you're not using a wet finger. So, true crime and faith. We talked about this earlier. Roberta's letter. It does not begin given by the defendants to the plaintiffs in this case, Joe Petito and Nicole Schmidt, and their attorney, Pat Riley, after a discussion.
So, Rue, it does say burn after reading, but just like this, we just read this article about this letter, and it does make sense, Roberta's explanation for it. She says it has some show that was her and her son's, like, one of their favorite shows or whatever, that they used to reference some line about something similar to burn after reading or something. And it was just like a joke between them. And she stated that she gave this letter to him like before he left on his trip. I believe it. I don't think that this was anything to do about Gabby. I just don't think so at all. I really think this letter, but that's just my opinion. Yeah, that's how it is though on everything as far as with anybody, when it comes to YouTube.
Of what to do. They then released it, and Pat Riley, attorney for Joe Petito and Nicole Schmidt, sent me these images of the letter itself a short time ago, leading us back here on stream to read through this. And how we're going to go about this tonight is we're going to read Roberta's words. And we're going to objectively look at this, examine exactly how it fits into the trial, which is slated for next year, how we might also examine and discuss how a jury, we are going to go through the affidavit written before the cross-country road trip, or do you believe that getting to this point now, this is after all the attempts by the Laundrie family and their attorney to prevent this letter from being included at trial for a very obvious reason. We're going to go through all of that. I want to give everybody the opportunity to file in here before I start going through it. There's the cover. Go. And while there's some glare on these images, these are cell phone images taken, and it also doesn't end with a signature. It's for Laundrie, burn after reading in parentheses, and starts as, "I just want you to remember I will always love you, and I know you will always love me. You are my boy. Nothing can make me stop loving you. Nothing will or could ever divide us, no matter what we do or where we go or what we say. We will always love each other. If you're in jail, I will bake a cake with a file in it. If you need to dispose of a body, I will show up with a shovel and garbage bags. If you fly to the moon, I will be watching the skies for your re-entry. If you say you hate my guts, I'll get new guts. Remember that love is a verb, not a noun. It's not a thing. It's not words. It is actions. Watch people's actions to know if they love you, not their words. Quote, therefore, I am certain that neither death, nor life, nor angels, nor the ruling spirits, nor things present, nor things to come, nor powers from above, nor powers from below, nothing in the entire world can separate our love. Neither hostile powers, nor messengers of heaven, nor monarchs of earth, nothing has the power to separate us. Romans 8:39, the extended version, is what she lists there as she is quoting Romans. I believe it's 8:30. I believe it's 8:38. Actually, that might be a typo on WFLA.com. We'll get that corrected. Nothing can separate us. Not hatred, not hunger, not homelessness, not threats, not even sin. Not the thinkable or unthinkable can get between us. Not time, not miles, and miles, and miles. And yes, it was Romans 8:38 as far as the verse that she is quoting in this letter. Roberta Laundrie explained that children's books were referenced in this letter, that burn after reading on the title of the envelope was actually a reference to a book by the name of Burn After Writing, because it was the subject of a joke between her, Brian, and Gabby Petito. And that was the reason that she wrote Burn After Reading. She is claiming that it was a reference and not necessarily intended to mean burn this document or burn this envelope or burn this letter upon reading the letter. That is, again, according to Roberta Laundrie. She claims that that they shared a love for books such as The Runaway Bunny and Little Bear. She claims that it was written and given to Brian before Brian and Gabby left Florida for New York on June 2nd, 2021. And also, I think perhaps most poignant here to point out, and there's one line in particular that I'm going to reference. Roberta Laundrie says that this letter was written in an attempt to repair her relationship with her son, that her relationship with her son had become strained in the months prior to the cross-country road trip between Gabby Petito and Brian Laundrie. And that brings me back to the line here. If you say you hate my guts, I'll get new guts. I don't want to. My opinion on this letter means very little. I'm just going to report where we are with this and explain where this fits in now going forward legally. And we're going to then spotlight your questions. I'm not looking at the comment section yet, folks. So if you're using hashtag KJB, I'm not there just yet. So please save your comments for another couple of minutes. Let's explain now how this works. And the great experts that we've had on WFLA Now, such as Emily Baker earlier today.
Okay, I wanted him to read it. I'm not gonna be on long, guys. I just wanted to go over that with you guys. I might try these new like really short lives where I just come on for like 30 minutes and discuss something that's going on. Might try that. I don't have to stay on for like hour, even 2 hours each time. I could come on several times a day for just 20, 30 minutes, and go over like things like that. But yeah, it's just my opinion that I believe her, and that's just it. Yeah, I was on him in his backpack, and I think, I would talk like that to my daughter, but it's like, is it different a mother talking to her son, like adult son, like that? The whole part about if you say you hate my guts, I would get new guts, that one was kind of weird, and it does sound a little bit like lovey-dovey, a little bit, like almost it's kind of bordering on like creepy, like as far as I know it's like you talk babyish to your kids and stuff, but almost borders on like sounding like a love relationship. It's not like the worst, but I mean, it's borders. It seems there's a little bit of creepiness there, a little, but I don't think that this has anything to do with Gabby. So, guys, that's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. And let's try these short lives. Like, you know, I'll do long lives like sometimes too, but like if I just have like a quick topic to talk about, because I don't have a lot to say about, I'm not like, and either as many people in this community right now really into this case, but you know, this part with it just being something that was just now released. I'm interested in all kinds, you know, I just like all kinds. I sit here and watch like reruns of like these last couple months. I've been watching like, you know, 48 Hours and just you know, these like unsolved mystery type shows. So I'm into it all, but I don't understand really. That's what I'm saying is like, that's what I think. I agree that why did they keep it a secret? Well, I don't understand why the parents or the mother fighting so hard to keep this letter private made them sound so much more suspicious is the thing. And then when I'm reading it and hearing it, I'm kind of disappointed because I'm like, that's it. I don't know. To me, I thought there was way more like, that doesn't sound mischievous to me at all. I can see like because all they told us before is like the burn after reading. They only gave us like little clips before, like a sentence or something. And then the burn after reading, and it kept focusing on this burn after reading and about the shovel and stuff. And, you know, that's how, I mean, putting so much emphasis on that when see how context is so important. I mean, to me, but I know a lot of people are still going to think that this letter was given after Gabby passed away. I know many people probably think it, but I just think now with the context and knowing the whole letter and seeing it all, now I just don't think it's anywhere near as bad as what they made it out to be. So, anyways, that's just my opinion, guys. And I'll be back later with more. Well, I'm sure. But anyways, good night, guys.